Were you born in Florida? Because you look like you're from Gainesville. Hey guys, it's Tally. Welcome to the 7th episode of Self-Revolution, the Strength series. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, please check out the other videos I have to get a little bit of a sense of who I am and get a little bit of context for what I'm doing. To give you a quick intro, I'm currently a senior in college. I've been weightlifting for the past 3 years. I started doing flexible dieting in April of 2014. Between January and June of 2014, I actually lost 25 pounds. At the end of my cut in June, I was consuming 1,740 calories a day. I was doing a reverse diet through the end of the summer and through the fall, and I'm currently consuming about 2,500 calories a day. Now my goal right now is to actually build muscle. It's not necessarily to diet down or cut down. I will definitely be cutting in the future, but right now my goal is to build strength, build muscle, get a little more muscle on my legs and on my shoulders and on my back so that when I do lean out, there's a lot more to show for that. So week 7 was kind of a hectic week. This was the week after Thanksgiving, so after I came home on Thanksgiving break. Of course, Thanksgiving was filled with lots of food, as you guys saw in the last video, and if you haven't yet, check it out right here. And I didn't track my macros over Thanksgiving, and as a result, I was a little heavier this week. My average weigh-in for this week was 145 pounds. I'm gonna be honest, guys, when I got back from break and I had my back and biceps day, it was definitely harder to do pull-ups. I couldn't get quite as much of a range because I was a little heavier, because I was a little out of it. I hadn't trained for a couple days, so it was a little harder to get back into the game. But you guys, I definitely saw a lot of. I felt a lot better in the gym this week. I think because I got so much food and I had a lot of energy, and also it was kind of my de-stress away from studying because I got back Sunday night. Throughout that week, I came back home on Sunday. I had 2 group projects due, one on Monday, one on Thursday. I had 2 business cases due on Thursday. That Saturday, so if I came back on Sunday, that following Saturday I had 2 finals, and then that Monday I had 2 finals. So it was a really crazy, hectic week. And for me, I really try to practice balance. I try to practice what I preach to you guys as much as possible. So this week was really balancing studying and schoolwork. So I was trying to prepare everything I had and get everything done in time, while at the same time working towards my goals, making sure I'm keeping in line with my, making sure I'm counting macros, making sure I'm getting my time in the gym, that I'm really staying focused there. And of course, since it's the holiday season, and like I said, this is my absolute favorite time of the year, I had to make a gingerbread house to have in my room for the last couple weeks while I'm at my dorm. And finally, you guys are going to see a little bit of footage from my quad workout on Thursday. I train, like you guys know, I train legs 3 times a week. One of those days is mostly quad focused, and the other 2 are hamstring and glute focused because those are my weaker areas. So you guys are going to see a little bit of footage from my quad workout. And once again, I want to thank you guys for all the support that you've been giving me as I'm making this channel. I know I was gone for about a week and a half, a little too long between my last couple of videos, but I'm really trying to ramp it up and get those videos coming to you at least 2 a week. So let's get started. Alright guys, so here we have some footage from my leg day workout. This was specifically quad focused. I'm starting off with a 4x8 of deadlifts with 115 pounds. Now deadlifts are definitely something that I've struggled with in terms of keeping my form good and using the right muscles. I'm also, it's not a very heavy lift for me. I haven't been able to really lift that much. So I am actually considering doing some sort of strength training program before I start cutting for my competition. I'm not really sure when my competition is going to be. I'm still finalizing some of those plans, but I'm considering maybe doing Candido's 6-week strength training program and focusing on that. I just recently actually flipped my hands to have an alternate grip for my deadlifts. Here you see I'm doing some leg press. Now something that I like to think about during leg press is keeping my lower back glued to that seat. I see a lot of people putting on lots of plates but kind of letting their butt slide up. For this, I kind of let the weight fall down a little bit, so I really use that momentum to get as much range as possible and almost hit my knees to my chest and really feel my actual thighs hitting my stomach. Like I try to get down as far as possible to really engage kind of that outer glute as well as my quads themselves, and I have a narrower grip to focus on my quads themselves. On a different leg day, I also do a wide stance, But for this variation, I'm really pushing through my heels themselves and not really feeling it in my hamstrings, mostly about my quads and that outer glute is where I'm focusing on. Here I am doing some single leg lunges. I am doing 3 sets of 10 on each leg with 22.5 pound dumbbells in each hand. Now I think single leg lunges are one of those things, kind of like squats, where they're really underrated and not very well understood, and people tend to just grab a bunch of weights and do them as is. But I think it's really important to figure out how to do a proper lunge. For me, something that's really helped me build strength in my quads and really feel the burn in my quads specifically is making sure that my body, my upper body, is actually perpendicular to the ground as much as possible. I see a lot of people grabbing like 40-pound dumbbells and really swinging them around and getting momentum, and also bringing their upper body forward with their front leg to kind of try to push down forward and then pull back up with that. You'll see me wiggling around here a little bit too because I'm pretty exhausted and trying to isolate that. But I think for me personally, if I could recommend one thing for doing single leg lunges, is do your best, do everything you can to keep your upper body perpendicular to the ground. That really makes sure that when you're actually hitting the 90-degree angle in your knees, so when your knee is actually all the way down, that you're fully engaging that muscle rather than just relying on the momentum of your upper body to swing you back and forth. So I definitely recommend that. A good way to tell if you're moving around a lot is take a look at your dumbbells on each side of you. Are they moving around a lot? Are you able to just isolate them? If they're swinging forward with you, you're probably using quite a bit of momentum to get there. That's just personally what's helped me. You might have a different variation on that, but I think for me, I prefer to do dumbbell lunges, so a dumbbell in each hand rather than having a barbell on my shoulders, because it really allows me to see whether I'm not relying on my upper body. Now you might notice that something looks a little bit off or funny or bouncy about my leg extension, and that's because I'm not actually holding the grips with my hands. I'm just kind of using my upper body and my legs to keep myself glued down, and it really helps me personally isolate my quads. And all my quad days finish with a set of 3 sets of 1 minute of frog squats. And these look really silly and they look kind of girly and yoga-y or whatever you want to call it, but they are absolutely brutal, especially if you drop your hips down and kind of relax them into parallel or even below parallel. It really burns your quads, and it really works your hip flexors as well. It's personally helped me with my squats, with my squat range a little bit, but honestly you guys, try them out before you bash them. I've been doing them since April and they just burn your quads. It looks kind of silly, but I would definitely recommend it, especially make sure that if you're doing this that you're keeping your elbows there and you're keeping your knees far apart, and that you're trying to drop past parallel, but that your back is still straight, you're not caving into it. It is Friday, December the 5th. I have 2 finals tomorrow and 2 on Monday. Yes, I have finals on Saturday. I have one at 10:30 and one at 2:30 p.m. And then I have 2 back-to-back finals on Monday. So I have just been studying all week and I'm really stressed because I haven't gotten any videos out and I haven't been doing anything with videos except recording a little bit of footage. Studying's kind of not been going so great today. I had a really productive 5 hours of studying last night, but it's not going very well right now, and I really need to get my stuff together and focus and grind it out and really get on track. So I decided, why not tape myself and hold myself accountable, not just to myself but to you guys as well. I always feel a lot more accountable to finish all my reps and have really good form when I videotape myself, because I know I'm going to be putting it up for you guys and I don't want to let you down. So I figured I'm going to videotape this entire last bit of studying and then fast forward it for y'all so that you can see me and you can tell when I'm distracted. And it really sucks. This is a really crappy Friday night. Who wants to spend Friday night studying for 2 finals on Saturday, knowing that even after those finals, you're not gonna be done because you have 2 more on Monday? That sucks. But you gotta do what you gotta do. You're gonna have some crappy long nights because you need to study. And a lot of people are telling me, but you have a job already. You already accepted an offer. You don't really need to worry about studying. Yeah. But I put in 3 years of hard work to get my grades up and to do really well in school why would I throw that all away and just let it go to waste? Gotta finish strong. Gonna tape myself and fast forward it to you guys, so I hope you enjoy.
We're making a gingerbread house. Or a kit de casa, as it says.
Oh no! Look at the back here.
This holiday, you shouldn't give underwear to everybody, but for those you do, give them Fruit of the Loom.
There's our family.
That's the season.
We didn't make a door.
We do not need to go. It got condemned. We can't go inside. That's why we have to live at the gym.
This is a natty house.
Half-Natty.
Here is our final gingerbread house. The icing was terrible, so most of it caved in. As you can see, our roof is kind of non-existent. It has separated down the middle, and it is all falling in. So we had to put Sour Patch Kids on top to stitch it up and make sure there's no gaping hole. Our house is condemned. We don't have a door because nobody wants to enter our condemned house anyway.
Just go through the roof like Santa.
Just go through the roof like Santa. So originally we had a roof and it was just all gumdrops. So sticking up on the top. Kyle's theory is that Santa Claus got there and then made a hole. And my theory is that he took 2 scoops when before he landed on the roof. So the roof collapsed, so we actually had to fix it. So don't take 2 scoops if you are not used to it, especially on Christmas. The snowman, who is also one of the support beams for the house. There is a Kit Kat chimney, but unfortunately, because the Kit Kat chimney didn't come with the kit, Santa couldn't figure out how to use it, so he decided to Hulk smash his way through the roof instead, which was totally douchebaggy of him, but whatever. He's Santa, he can do whatever he wants. And as you can see, we also have grass because we upkeep our house, and it's wonderful.